Exclusive. Xavi emerges as leading candidate for Tottenham job after elite manager targets prove elusive. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. As Tottenham Hotspur prepare for a summer of sweeping change, all eyes are on who will take charge in North London next season. With Ange Postecoglou's tenure all but over following a disappointing Premier League campaign, Spurs are in urgent need of a manager who can rebuild confidence, implement a defined identity, and inspire a talented yet underperforming squad. One name stands out above the rest: Xavi Hernández. The former Barcelona manager is not just a stopgap or a fashionable option, he is a world-class coach with a clear philosophy and a proven record of winning at the highest level. A La Liga champion with Barça in 2022-23, Xavi led a transitional squad to domestic glory in a league dominated by superpowers like Real Madrid and Atlético. But it's not just the silverware that defines his managerial credentials, it's how he achieved it. Xavi is a tactical purist with a modern approach to possession football, pressing and structured creativity. He doesn't simply manage players, he develops them. His work with young talents at Barcelona, such as Pedri, Xavi and Alejandro Balde, showcases his ability to elevate emerging stars into elite performers. At Tottenham, where the squad features prodigious talent like Destiny Udogie, Pape Sarr, Mickey van der Ven and Alejo Vélez, Xavi's presence could prove transformative. Moreover, Xavi brings with him the experience of managing a high-pressure club and maintaining discipline and clarity amid media scrutiny and boardroom politics, qualities that will serve him well at Tottenham, a club long starved of consistent leadership and identity. Spurs need more than just another name, they need a visionary. Someone who can instill a long-term footballing culture, maximise the club's young assets, and command respect on and off the pitch. Xavi ticks all those boxes. Of course, Tottenham's managerial shortlist has included other big names. Xabi Alonso has drawn admiration after a sensational season at Bayer Leverkusen, but he is widely expected to succeed Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. Ancelotti himself has been linked with the Brazilian national team, a role he's been strongly associated with for over a year. And as for Jurgen Klopp, while he remains one of the most respected managers in world football, he has publicly stated that he does not see himself taking charge of another English club out of respect for his legacy at Liverpool. With those paths blocked, the door is wide open for Xavi. For Tottenham, a club in desperate need of reinvention and stability, the Spanish tactician could be the spark that finally ignites the project at N17. Spurs continue to be linked with a move for the Bayer Leverkusen defender Jonathan Tah. The 29-year-old will be a free agent in the summer, and multiple clubs are keen on securing his signature. According to a report from TBR Football, Tottenham remain keen on the player, and they held talks to sign him earlier this year. It will be interesting to see if they can beat the competition for his signature. They will face competition from Manchester United in the Premier League. In addition to that, Spanish giants Real Madrid have now joined the race to sign the player. The player has been linked with Manchester United as well. Tottenham need Jonathan Tah. It will be interesting to see if Tottenham can convince the player to join them instead. They need defensive reinforcements, especially with Cristian Romero expected to leave the club in the summer. They will need to bring in a top-class replacement for the Argentine international. The German international has proven himself in the Bundesliga, and he has the quality to do well in the Premier League as well. He could be a key player for Tottenham if they can sign him. Signing a player of his quality and experience on a free transfer would represent a major bargain for Tottenham. It will be interesting to see how the situation develops. The player will want to compete at a high level and fight for major trophies. Clubs like Real Madrid or Manchester United could be more attractive destinations for the player. Spurs have an ambitious project, but they are not quite at the level required to win league titles or the Champions League. Real Madrid are looking to build a squad capable of winning major trophies once again, and they have looked vulnerable defensively. It is no surprise that they are plotting a bargain move for the German defender. Tottenham Hotspur have now reportedly spoken to the representatives of Lyon winger Ryan Cherki, but the North London club face a couple of potential roadblocks in their efforts to win the race for the youngster. It has been reported by some sources over recent days that Tottenham have moved into pole position to land Ryan Cherki, and there has now been a fresh update on the Lyon man's future. It turns out that the versatile attacker's entourage have now reached out to the Lily-Whites to find out more about their interest. This update comes from Give Me Sport, who say that Spurs have given indications that they want to win the race for the France under-21 international. The report points out that Cherki has just 1 year left in his contract, and the players' representatives have now spoken to influential figures at Hotspur Way to gauge how keen they are on acquiring their client's services. The Wingers team wanted to check whether Tottenham and other suitors were prepared to head to the negotiating table this summer to test Lyons' resolve. The report says that Spurs are admirers of Cherki's game-changing ability and could land him for as low as £25 million, having sent scouts to check on him over recent weeks. Give Me Sport go on to explain that Tottenham are not the only side who were sounded out by Ray and Cherki's representatives, who also contacted Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle and Manchester City. The outlet reveals that Cherki is yet to decide if he wants to embark on a Premier League challenge, but he is unlikely to entertain the interest of Fulham, Crystal Palace or West Ham United, as he wants to join a side regularly battling for European qualification. The publication adds that while Liverpool and Arsenal may be the most enticing options for the winger, there is scepticism over whether either club will enter the race for the player. Spurs have been handed a boost ahead of an anticipated pursuit of Bournemouth winger Antoine Semenyo this summer, as per TBR Football. Semenyo has been excellent this season, catching the eye with consistent performances on the wing for the Cherries. His fine form has fueled talk of a move, and Spurs are one of several clubs keen on the Ghanaian attacker. Spurs told to pay over £60 million to sign Semenyo, and Bournemouth are willing to sell. Semenyo has been with Bournemouth since January 2023, when he arrived from Bristol City for a purported £10 million fee. He's become one of Andoni Iraola's most important players. The Cherries are willing to sell the Ghana international, and Spurs have been put on high alert. They'd be looking at upwards of £60 million to bring the pacey attacker to North London. There is talk about Semenyo leaving the Premier League and heading to the Saudi Pro League. The report claims the Middle East is the most likely destination. Another hurdle Spurs may have to overcome if they make a move is that it would require the London-born winger to put aside his love for Arsenal. In an interview with the Atlético, he suggested that he can separate being a Gunners fan from his job, but the rivalry between the two clubs would surely lead to controversy. Semenyo's versatility would greatly benefit the Lily-Whites, as the deadly finisher can play across the front line. He's displayed consistency throughout the season and could take up a talismanic role with the North Londoners. That wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for our latest content. Be sure to give this video a like and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow the Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for tuning in, and as ever, come on you Spurs.